Julius Randle has left CAA. He is no longer repped by them, which means he's no longer a part of the CAA mafia with Leon Rose and Worldwide Wes at the top. So since he's no longer repped by them, which is pretty much means he's no longer repped by the Knicks, there's been some trade rumors coming out. A lot of people have already asked me, yo, Marsh, does this mean we're trading Julius Randle? So I thought it would be a good idea to look at some Julius Randle trade ideas as well as some Julius Randle trade destinations. I think it is, good idea for me to say that I don't think Julius Randle is going to get traded, at least in the immediate future. I think that there could be a chance where Randle ends up being traded at the trade deadline, but I don't think Randle is going to be traded before the season. You might be asking, why did CAA and Randle part ways? Well, we do know this. Randle's agent, while he was at CAA, is no longer there, and he is with the new agency. So maybe he's just being loyal to that guy. But I could look at it and spin it and say, maybe that guy left CAA because he doesn't have a good relationship with Leon Rose, and now Randle's going back on Leon and going with that guy. Look, Randle has been good in New York. He's gotten better every single season outside of that 2021 season. Not sure what happened that year. He said he was dealing with some mental health issues, and that's okay. That's real life. That stuff happens. But overall, he has been good for 3 of the 4 years with the New York Knicks. The thing is, he hasn't been able to be that same type of guy in the playoffs. We've come to know Julius Randle as a 25, 10, and 5 guy for the Knicks with about 44% from the field and 36% from downtown. Hasn't been able to do that in the 13 games he's played for the Knicks in the playoffs. 16.7 points per game, 10 rebounds. I'll take that, but only 34% from the field and 27% from downtown in the playoffs as a member of the New York Knicks. I'll say this. Trading Julius Randle only makes sense if you were getting an upgrade in that starting lineup. You don't just trade Julius Randle to trade him. He's too good of a player. He's on too good of a contract to just say, go over there. We don't want you anymore. We'll take an expiring deal and a pick. You don't do that because you have him under contract for this year. You have him under contract for next year, and he's got a player option in 2025. He will decline that. He'll be an unrestricted free agent then, but you still have him under a very nice contract. Look, $27.5 million for a 2-time All-NBA player. That's a pretty damn good deal if you ask me. I do know this. If Julius Randle ended up getting traded, we are going live on the channel, and we are going to make a video because if the Knicks make a move, we make a video. I want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed. Almost 28,000 people have done so. Help us get there. Our goal is to get to 28,000 before the preseason gets rolling. We're about 2-3 weeks away. Help us get there. Lock us back in and turn your notifications on. Alrighty, let's dive into it. I think I had 4 or 5. I don't remember. I have 4 Julius Randle trade destinations for you guys in today's video. Once again, I don't think he's going to be traded before the NBA season, but if he does end up getting traded, I think the most likely team is actually the Philadelphia 76ers. You say, Marsh, why would the Sixers trade for Julius Randle? 1, they need a power forward. 2, he is actually good friends with Joel Embiid, and the Sixers have been trying to get rid of Tobias Harris, it seems like, since he became a member of that team. And as we know, Tom Thibodeau is a fan of Tobias Harris. When you look at Harris, the type of player he is, he's kind of a 3rd or 4th option on a championship team, and I think he's more of a closer to a 4th option. He's actually a solid player. He's just one of the most overrated players in the National Basketball Association, but I can make the argument a guy that shoots 39% from 3 and averages 6 rebounds might be a little bit better of a fit for the Knicks than Randle. I don't think so, but I do think having a guy that spreads the court a little bit more, opens driving lanes for Brunson, as well as R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly and all the players that want to get downhill could make some sense. Also, Tom Thibodeau, he has a favorite in Tobias Harris. He's a big fan of his. He said this back in December of 2022 about Tobias, quote, I think you look at the Sixers, and obviously Embiid and Harden are probably established, but I always thought Tobias was one of the most underrated players in the league. He doesn't say that lightly. I will say this. His payday, it ain't light either. He is on an expiring $39.2 million deal. So you could end up packaging Julius Randle as well as Evan Fournier to maybe go and trade for Tobias Harris. You get off of the long-term deal of Randle, you get off of the expiring deal of Fournier, and you turn that into a player that could potentially make you better right now. You can add another shooter for Furkan Korkmaz, 2 future second-round picks, and then you get $40 million off the cap in this summer. Would you make this trade? I want to hear from you guys. If you were Leon Rose, would you make this deal? Randle, Fournier for Tobias Harris, Furkan, Korkmaz, and 2 second-round picks. Let me know what you think. Type A for accept, type D for decline. I want to give a huge shout-out to a brand new sponsor we have here on Knicks Now, and that is Waterboy. When you go to waterboy.com/chatsports and you use the promo code ChatSports, they're going to hook you up with 15% off your order. That link will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. Waterboy is a hydration powder scientifically formulated to cut your hangover time in half. There are other hydration packs on the market, but nothing comes anywhere close to fighting those Sunday scaries like Waterboy. With 0 sugar and over 3 times the electrolytes of Liquid IV, your hangover will stand no chance. Unlike their competitors, Waterboy has added ingredients beyond just hydration to help with nausea, anxiety, and fatigue. We all know that hydration alone isn't enough to help after that bender you had in Vegas. It's definitely not enough to help with me after some of the wild Knicks watch parties we had last year and are going to have this year. That's waterboy.com/chatsports. And remember, the promo code is chatsports for $15 off. Maybe the best part about Waterboy is how amazing it tastes. Their most popular flavors include strawberry lemonade, that's my go-to, lemon lime, and blue raspberry. You're going to actually want to drink these. Hundreds of thousands of people already trust Waterboy as their hangover cure. It's time to stop dealing with that anxiety alone. For a limited time, Knicks Now listeners get an exclusive 15% off discount when you use the code ChatSports at waterboy.com/chatsports. That's 15% off with the code ChatSports at waterboy.com/chatsports. Waterboy has got you recovered. All right, number 2 team I have on the Randle Trade Destinations are the Portland Trail Blazers. And the only reason I do have that is just in case, the Knicks do want to make a trade for Damian Lillard. You guys know that there's been named a mystery team in the Eastern Conference that is supposedly interested in trading for Damian Lillard. And could that potentially be the New York Knicks? I mean, on the same day that we got word from Mark J. Spears of ESPN, where he said a mystery team in that Eastern Conference has emerged in a Damian Lillard trade, Julius Randle left CAA. Could there be some stuff working behind the scenes? Not so sure. Bleacher Report actually guessed the teams that Mark J. Spears was talking about. They included the Knicks as the 4th option, the Bucks at 3, Philadelphia 76ers at 2, and Toronto Raptors. No, that was good. Toronto Raptors as 1. Do I think that the Knicks are that mystery team? No, but do I think that they have checked in with the Portland Trail Blazers about a potential trade idea that would send Randle to Portland and potentially, Dame Lillard to the New York Knicks? Maybe. I also think this is pretty funny right here. Julius Randle on Instagram tweeted this: "I cut some off. I had to better myself. Against the odds, I bet on myself. I was at Frank Gibbons before Thanksgiving." What a bar that is. You're telling me this isn't about potentially leaving CAA and going to sign with a new agency? I cut some off. I had to better myself. CAA will see you later. Against the odds, I'd bet on myself. I don't know. Pick a player for me. Who would you rather have on the New York Knicks this upcoming season? Is it Dame Lillard? Is it Julius Randle? Type DL for Damian Lillard. Type JR for Julius Randle. I'm not trading Julius Randle for Dame Lillard. He's 33. He's owed $200 million. He's injury prone at this point, and he's an overrated playoff performer, only shooting 41% in his career in those games. Let me know what you think down below. I think the third most likely team that could trade for Julius Randle, is the New Orleans Pelicans. And the reason that is because of Zion Williamson. We know the connections from Zion to the Knicks and Zion to R.J. Barrett and Zion to CAA. We know that Zion wanted to be a Knick on NBA Draft Lottery night. When the Pelicans won the draft lottery, supposedly Zion stormed out of the green room and was upset that the Knicks did not win that lottery. We know how special of a talent he is. We know when he is healthy, big term, when he is healthy, he's a top player in this league. Thing is, he's not always healthy, and to be quite frank, he's never healthy. 53 games missed this past year, missed the whole season in 2021. This is the season he played the best. In 2020, only missed 11 games, and then even in 2019, he missed 48 games. But in that 2020 season where he played 61 of the 72 games, the dude was special. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 61% from the field. He was in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Special talent. And I'm of the opinion that if the Knicks are going to swing big, swing for the fences when you trade for somebody, and Zion is that guy. Just a lot of risk involved and a little bit questionable, but at the end of the day, sometimes scared money don't make money. Maybe the Knicks need to make a risky move and one that could pay off. And Zion, that could definitely pay off for the Knicks long term. I think the next most likely team that we're going to talk about on today's show that could trade for Julius Randle is the Minnesota Timberwolves. Why? Because it could just be a straight up swap of Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle. I actually think Randle might fit better next to Rudy Gobert, and I think Towns, well, I don't think he's actually a better player than Julius Randle. I think his ability to play the 4 and the 5 more so and be a more consistent outside shooter could make some sense. I think Randle's better. Now, I'd rather have Randle. You compare their stats. Randle averaged more points. He averaged more rebounds, about the same assists. The efficiency goes in the way of Towns, and the three-point percentage is about the same, but it does lean in the favor of Cat, who is arguably one of the best big man shooters of all times. Also, I like that Cat was actually efficient in his NBA playoff career so far, shooting 47% from the field and 33% from downtown. I just question the dog in him. I question the fight in him. I actually think he's a little bit soft of a player, and I don't want him to be a Knick. But my job is to talk about the latest news and rumors, and I think that maybe if the Knicks do trade Julius Randle, they would call the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't want him. I want that to be crystal clear. I think Randle's the better player, and he's much cheaper. We showed you that Randle contract at the top of the show. He's under contract for the next 2 years, guaranteed for less than $60 million. You would actually end up paying Cat $62 million in 2027, 2028. I think Randle's better, and I'd rather have him on my team. I'll leave it up to you, though. Who is better? Is it Randle? Is it Cat? Let me know what you think down below. As always, just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on everything going around the Knicks. The trade rumors are heating up after Randle left CAA. Thought it'd be a good opportunity to do this segment. I know some people are going to be upset. I don't want to trade Randle. So stop being soft in the comment section and give me a follow over on Twitter @MarshallGreen_.